Hello, everyone. Welcome to my YouTube channel. Creating something exciting today, and I'm working on is what I'm about to show you is actually a problem that I've faced myself. Is a challenge that I faced myself while working on a project with a client. So that's why I thought about sharing it on my channel. So because I know a lot of people will also be facing these issues, and the issues are called duplicate events. So duplicate events in Google Analytics 4 or duplicate conversion. Maybe you set a purchase conversion, or you set up a add to cart. You set up something like add to cart event or conversion that you mark as conversion on your website. And when it reports that event, when that event is being triggered and it is reported to Google Analytics, you are having duplicate events. That duplicate means you are seeing the event that you set up once, you are seeing it like 2 times, which is very, very wrong. It will affect your data correlation. So you really need to solve it. So in this kind of problem, let me show you what I'm talking about. Let me move to slide 2. Imagine I set up, like I said, I set up an add to cart event. So I set up an add to cart event on my website. So imagine, okay, maybe let's say on this website now, this is an e-commerce website, and I'll set up an add to cart events that when somebody add product to cart, which is just once, you can see I've added the product to cart. The product has been added to your cart. So which is just once. I'm now seeing that event. I'm now seeing, let me rename this, duplicate event. Duplicate event in GA4. So I'm now seeing that add to cart that I did once. I'm now seeing it twice in my Google Analytics report. This is Google Analytics 4 debug mode. So I'm now seeing it. I just took a screenshot of it to show you. I'm now seeing it twice. When you are seeing it twice, when you set up something once and you are now seeing the result twice, that means something is wrong somewhere. So you really need to fix it, and you really need to get it fixed. So how can you fix it? And what can lead to this? What can lead to this? What are the things that can bring about this? And how can you resolve it? So the first thing that can bring about this, this is applicable. This is not only applicable to add to cart alone. It is applicable to any event that you set up. Any event that you set up and you are seeing the result twice. So you are seeing a duplicate of the results of the result in your report twice. So what you do, the first thing that can cause it and how you can get rid of it is, once, the first thing that can cause it is that, okay, let's say on this your website, when you wanted to install Google Analytics 4 on this your website, you use Google Tag Manager, which is this. Let me show you this GA4 base tag. So this GA4 base tag, can you see this measurement ID? I will show you this measurement ID that I used to set up Google Analytics 4 to fire on all pages on this website. So let me show that you confirm that it is actually this Google Analytics 4. So let me show you the measurement ID of this. So let's go to data stream. Come to data stream. Can you see the measurement ID? Look at what ends it, E3EC. So can we come here? Can we see E386? So imagine on this your website, to install Google Analytics on it, I use Google Tag Manager. So once you use Google Tag Manager, you've used Google Tag Manager to install Google Analytics to report event on your website. You now went ahead. This is the first thing that can cause duplicate events. You've used Google Tag Manager to install Google Analytics 4. You now went ahead to go to this place. it can be an error that can happen to anybody. You now went to this place. Let's go to data stream again. You now go ahead to this place, this view tag instruction. This view tag instruction, you go to install manually. Install manually. You know, when you are installing Google Analytics on a website, there are different ways for you to do it. So you now use this code. You also use this code that is this below Google tag for this account. Copy and paste it into every page of your website immediately after the head element. If you have done if you have done this by setting up Google Analytics 4 on your website using Google Tag Manager, what this simply means that you don't need to do this again by installing the JS tag on your website again. If you do this, that is the reason why you are having, that's one of the reasons why you'll be having duplicate content. That's why you'll be having duplicate events. So you only install Google Analytics 4 once on your website. So you can use, if you choose not to use Google Tag Manager to install Google Analytics 4 on your website, it's fine. So it is either you do this to install Google Analytics on your website, it's either you do this or you use Google Tag Manager. You don't do both. Once you do both, once you do these two things, you do this, you use Google Tag Manager to install Google Analytics on your website, you use the Google JS tag, you come to the Google JS tag, you paste the Google JS tag into your website, you have duplicate content. You have duplicate events rather. So you do one. So in the case whereby you've done the two, you are watching this video and you have done the two on your website, all you need to do is to go to the source code of your website. So let's say, let me press Ctrl U. That will view the source code of my website. So for you to get rid of it, you look at the head tag, that JS tag. So it is, for me, it is advisable for you to use Google Tag Manager to put Google Analytics on your website. So the code you need to get rid of on your website, if it's already on your website and it's causing duplicate events to fire on your website, it is the JS tag that you need to get rid of. So what you need to do is that you get rid of this code, go to the source code of your website. So if you want to go to the source code of your website, so this, I just want to check it. For me, it is not here, but if it is on your website, what you need to do is to go to the head tag. This is the opening of the head. It will be, the code will be somewhere around this head tag. So to the closing of the head, tag, let me try to look for the head tag. So the code will be somewhere around this place. Can you see the closing of the head tag? So if you are using WordPress sites, for instance, so to locate the, if you are using a WordPress website, for instance, to locate the root, to locate where you paste this code, if you have this code on your website and you want to get rid of it and leave the Google Tag Manager set up for Google Analytics alone on your site so that you get rid of this duplicate events, what you need to do is go, if you use WordPress to build your site. So if you use WordPress to build your site, what you do is that if you use WordPress to build your site, what you will do is log into your WordPress backend. Log into the backend of your WordPress websites. So if your website is developed using HTML, CSS, and JavaScript, just tell your web developer to go to the head section of your website. They should go to the head section of your website. It is always within the opening of the head. That is where I showed you earlier, this head section and the closing, and tell the developer to get rid of this code on your website. It's that easy. That's how you fix the first issue. if that's the case for you. If you are using, let me show you, if you are using a WordPress website, if you use WordPress to develop your website, once you log into this dashboard, your backend, go to appearance, you go to theme file editor. When you go to theme file editor, once you go to theme file editor, you come to, so you come to the header, come to header.php, come to header.php. Then you locate the head. Can you see? This is the opening of the head till the closing. This is the closing of the head. So if you add it been, there's this code on this my website, I will see that code. I mean there's this code on this my website. I will see that code somewhere around here. That's where it will be. It will be. So that's how you get rid of it. Just if your website is developed using HTML, CSS, and JavaScript, just talk to your web developer to get rid of that code on your website. And the code is usually located within the head and the opening of the head and the close of the head section. If you are using WordPress, this is what I just showed you. Another scenario whereby you can have duplicate content. Duplicate event rather. I don't know why I'm saying content. I have a lot of SEO term in my mouth. So let's say another case that you can have this duplicate event on your website. Imagine I've set up this. Let me use this WhatsApp event that I set up on my website. So using Google Tag Manager. This is, if you look at this website, this thing that you are seeing here, how can I help you? This WhatsApp integration that you are seeing, this is the event here. So I set it up 1 year ago that anybody that clicked on this should be marked as event and a conversion. So let's say I set it up like this. So after I set it up this way, this is the way I set it up. This way, I've set it up. I've set it up. So you've set it up. I've set up this event on my website using Google Tag Manager. Most mistake that people do is that after they've set up event like this, you don't need to do any other thing. So in most cases, why you have duplicate content is that after in my own case, maybe I've set up this event using Google Tag Manager. I now went ahead to Google my Google Analytics again to do something like this. You go to let me say in reports. So basically what I'm trying to tell you is that once you use Google Tag Manager to set up events for you to be reported, for that event to be reported to Google Analytics, don't do anything again. You don't have to come to admin. When you come to admin, you now go to events. You now go to create event again. Once you go to create events, you now create this event again. Now saying, you are now telling maybe Google that okay, something like maybe you created add to cart event again. You are now telling Google that Google should create this event when add to cart is clicked on your website again. So you now click on create. You now click on create again. Are you getting me? If you do this automatically, if I had done this for my own website, for this event that I set up that is reporting to my own Google and I will show you now. So automatically you have created duplicate event on your website. So if that is the case and you have created duplicate event that is reporting to Google Analytics automatically. So what I'm just saying is that if you had set up add to cart event using Google Tag Manager, you don't need to go to your Google. You don't need to go to Google again. Go to your Google Analytics again and click on create event and now create that event with that condition again. You don't need that. Give Google 24 to 48 hours. You will start seeing your report, and that's it. So let's say this event So in that case, if you have that kind of event, you just delete it. If you have done that, you have 2 events on your website and you've done that already. So like you've set up event on your Google Tag Manager using on your website using Google Tag Manager, you now come to this place again to set up another event using the create event option on your web on your Google Analytics account. Just go here, click on that event. You need to get rid of that event. You don't need to be experiencing duplicate content on your website or on your website or your Google Analytics reporting or report. You don't need to do that. So just click on that event. What you need to do is to just click on that event, click on this place and delete it. So in a case that you've done that, that is the reason why, that's another reason why you'll be having duplicate events on your reports and in your reporting dashboard. So all you need to do is that you leave the one for Google Tag Manager. Once the ones you set up in your Google Tag Manager is firing, just look at this GA4 event WhatsApp chat. Since it is firing on my website, since I set up the event using Google Tag Manager and it is firing and I'm seeing it, let's go to reports and I'm seeing it. Let's go to, so can you see it? In the last 28 days, this is the WhatsApp chat event. I've had 55 conversion. I marked it as a conversion. That's why it is conversion. That's why you are seeing it as conversion. So because you can set up an event and mark it as a conversion. This is why. So all I'm saying is that after I've created this event using Google Tag Manager, I didn't go to this place. I didn't go to Google Analytics again and click on event and click on create event and now creating events here. I don't need to do that. All I need, since this event I've tested it and it is firing, you just test your event and it is firing, automatically Google Tag Manager will store the event, will receive the event trigger, store it and transfer it here. It might just take a while. Just leave it for like 48 hours max. It will report. So I believe you've been able to gain something in this video. If you are experiencing duplicate content or duplicate events in your Google Analytics 4 report, that's how you can fix it. Those are the 2 main causes. Those are the 2 main issues that can lead to that. Those are the 2 main causes that can cause you duplicate events on your report, in your GA4 report. And that's the 2 ways you can fix it. The first way is to get rid of the JS tag on your website and leave the Google Tag Manager set up on your website. Get rid of this code. Get rid of this code that I said it will be somewhere around here. Get rid of this code that I talked about. Let's go to data stream again. First thing, you get rid of this code. So you only install it once. You get rid of this code. You get rid of this code on your website. So automatically, you only have one Google Analytics on your website, and double events, you won't be having double or duplicated events. Another one is that avoid creating, after setting up events on your website, using Google Tag Manager, avoid going ahead to your Google Analytics 4 to create events with that condition. With that, you have duplicate content. I believe I've been able to share more light to these issues that most of the people are facing. I've also experienced this thing before. So when I started out using Google Analytics 4 and Google Tag Manager. So thanks a lot for watching this video. See you soon.